Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back. Another Sneaker Shop Talk performance review. And we've got the Adidas Crazy Light 2s up on the docket today. So, without any further ado and wasting of your time, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, starting with the inner and then fit here. The inner is wonderfully constructed. There are seams within the inner, but they're not in such a way they're actually all seated. They're not raised in a way that would cause any issues or anything, and from that standpoint, there's no problems with anything causing hot spots or anything of that nature. There was an issue with the tongue, but I'm going to come back to that when I'm addressing the fit problem later in the fit, which I'm about to get into right now. The fit for the most part on this shoe was good. Of course, this does have the sprint web tech on the upper, so it cuts down on weight, and it does do a good job of holding your foot in place. Excuse me, I didn't have any movement, any foot movement rather, the front to back, side to side, or vertical in terms of the heel. Fit was very good. It did keep my foot locked in place, but a couple things with the tongue here. Excuse me. The tongue was one of the problems that I had and I've laced these up, or when you lace these up rather, as you can see, this lace falls about right there. When you tie them up really tight, the tongue, it is, I guess you could call it padded somewhat. Not really though. It still is fairly thin. But when you did it, it would be like a knot. I mean, well, it is a knot. It'd be like a pressure point right there, and that's right where, if your foot's in the shoe, it's right at that flexion point, and it was causing a lot of discomfort in that area. So much so I had to actually just stop during one of my wearings. It went past the discomfort point right to the point of pain. So if you do happen to play in these, you probably want to wear thicker socks. That could help alleviate that problem greatly. The other related issue, I guess it's not really a fit thing, but since we're talking about the upper, is with the sprint web tech. It is there to cut down weight, but with that, of course, it's got to be supportive to justify that weight reduction. And while it's supportive, it's stiff, and the shoe, I feel, doesn't flex very well. I would notice when I would be walking or even running, you could hear like this very audible snapping or popping. And that was the upper, like right here, it was it was snapping or popping when you would bend the shoe. That's right in this area here, as you can see. Another area where it doesn't really bend well is in this midfoot area, and as you can see right here, you see it bulges out right there. When your foot, when it's laced up and your foot bends, it bulges up. And kind of creates a dead area right there, a dead space right there rather. And no matter how tight I tied it, it couldn't alleviate that problem. Having some flex areas on among the lacing alley would definitely help that problem out. So from that standpoint, while the sprint web wasn't super stiff, or as it has been in past shoes, it was definitely noticeable, and I feel like it didn't allow the shoe to flex totally with the foot. Sprint frame, see, it's asymmetrical, and it does a good job of locking, helping to lock the heel down in place. There was no heel movement there. So from that standpoint, the fit on the upper was good. Not great, not totally perfect, but still pretty good. Quicker. All right. For the cushioning here, what you've got is actually an injected EVA midsole is basically all it is here. And it feels pretty good. It does come with two different insoles. You've got more of a PU type insole, and then you've got more of a lightweight foam here. Now I will say I actually opted for the lightweight foam. It just felt better to me, but using the PU will give you a little more step in comfort. With that, despite that, the cushioning was pretty good. Adidas has done some good things with their foam-based cushioning, and it continues. With this one, it's actually pretty good. As you can see, it does compress there, so the shoe doesn't, tip or anything like that. It does aid with stability. It holds up, and even in some of my longer hoop sessions, it definitely is going to hold up for you, considering who this shoe is designed for. Of course, if you're super huge or demand maximal responsive cushioning, this may not be the shoe for you. All right, now for the traction and the outsole here, you see you've got this this concentric circle pattern here that makes up most of the outsole here, and it does actually provide pretty good grip in all directions. Whether you're moving this way or that way, stopping, starting, doing whatever, it does hold up. I was actually pleasantly surprised. I had some people ask for outdoor wear. I would say no. This leather, not I don't mean to say leather, but the rubber is pretty flexible, and it would ground down pretty quick, just standing up to the rigors of outdoor wear. But for indoor, absolutely. And I feel it's durable enough to get you through a whole season. I wore these. This was an extended test period because I had some knee problems flare up during it. Not related to the shoe. But this section of heel drag, that's really the only damage from the outsole. So the outsole is going to hold up a long time. Like I said, it grips the court very well, even if the court is less than NBA ready. So the traction on the Crazy Light 2 is pretty good. Wrapping up, Crazy Light 2, it's a very, very lightweight shoe. The fit's pretty good, albeit the upper is rather stiff at times, and it can definitely be noticeable. The cushioning and the traction are both very good. The transitions are good on this shoe as well. As it is designed, like I said, it's definitely for the quick of the quick. People who crave a very, very light shoe because it's under 10 ounces. Again, big men, bigger players, those who maybe demand maximal cushioning and cushioning feel, and those who want a very flexible shoe. This may not be the avenue you want to go down, but for anyone else who craves one of the lightest shoes out there, then by all means, be sure to test drive these, and I don't think you will be that disappointed. So we will put these on our recommend list. That wraps up this review. We've got a detailed write-up over on the website at SneakerShopTalk.com, so be sure to head over and check that out. Also, don't forget to like the Facebook page as well, and where we talk about sneakers, sports, and all related things over there. Appreciate everyone watching. Peace.